Well, good evening, laddies, lads and lassos, and welcome to the click. You smell amazing today, and don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. As you know, as a desperate teenager myself, I have some problems with acne sometimes, and I found this beautiful piece of content that said it would completely remove my acne by simply listening to a video. My god, let's explore it together. Hashtag Subliminal. Please, your skin will be so clear after one listen. My god, let's investigate this scientifically together. Okay, this is all there is. It's just like a a gif of like a sky and a breeze. This has almost 1 million views. What? Alright, this was a huge disappointment. My skin is not the least bit more clear, and I am outraged and sad and disappointed. But don't fret just yet. There is an entire ocean filled of this stuff on YouTube. Oh, yes indeed. You can reduce your stress by listening to this video. You want better skin? Listen to this video. Beautiful face? Well, this video will restructure your bones, I guess. Beauty transformations with a click of a button. Change your hair color with this noise. Skin color? Ew. Want blue eyes? How about green? No problem, just listen to this for 10 minutes a day and voila. Do you want to look like Ariana Grande today? Why isn't there 1 million Ariana Grandes yet if this actually works? I want to look like Ariana Grande. Anyway, transition. Quick disclaimer, because this is the internet and the internet is absolutely nuts. Do not target anyone in this video, anyone engaging with it, and be respectful in the comments. This video is just my semi-comedic take and analysis on why this phenomenon exists, not a call to action or anything else. So if you go out of your way to harass anyone because of this video, I will find you and I will spank you. This video took a turn, man. This is a thing I found on YouTube the other day, and my god, did I go down a pseudoscientific rabbit hole. It goes so incredibly deep. And you have all these anecdotes flying around. Oh my god, it worked for me, now my eyes are green. No pictures attached, but you get the gist. Subliminal. Of a stimulus or mental process below the threshold of sensation or consciousness perceived by or affecting someone's mind without them being aware of it. So you know, for example, those old infamous commercials from back in the day, where you, for example, would have a Coca-Cola ad that just flashed a product on the screen for 1/10 of a second to kind of induce some subconscious thirst for this specific product. This phenomenon is sort of related to that, but it has a little niche, a little twist to itself, if you know what I mean. In this case, it means pretty much as the video I showed in the beginning. Something subliminal, something that is allegedly hidden in the video, and this is supposed to change you in drastic ways because of some deeper programming that digs into your subconsciousness. So after doing some digging and investigation of this beautiful subject, I came to find that there are pretty much 3 different categories that you can place these subliminals into. The categories! Woo! Or video chapters, or whatever you want to call it. Category 1, feel good. It's feel better, feel more confident, feel prettier, feel calming, reduce your anxiety, reduce depression, any of these kind of things. The second category gets even wilder. Change, I like to call it. And it changes the color of your eyes, change your face structure, face the color of your hair, basically a YouTube video that warps your literal bones. It sounds more like I don't know, ancient demonic witchcraft. Not that I would be against that, sounds pretty badass, but I doubt a YouTube video holds that kind of power. And the third category I have found is stuff like, watch this video to attract money. Not through like a tangible action or, you know, a get-rich-quick scheme, but more just a general energy, a general vibe. If you watch this video, if you act and think like a millionaire, money will find its way to you. The universe will provide. You will become a magnet for success, glowing in the everlasting darkness of all the other failures in the world, like me. So let's just put on our old man slippers and our duck socks, and let's get into this absolute swamp. The first category, feel good, and we're gonna watch a couple of videos together to show you exactly what I mean. Here we go, baby, I found a golden one. Confidence combo, listen once subliminal. This subliminal is designed to give you a confidence and other benefits. Open the description for all the subliminal benefits. Yay. Well, let's dig into this together, shall we? So this is supposed to boost my confidence. I mean, the music is kind of inspirational, I'll give it that, but... I think you can achieve a similar thing with just listening to like an upbeat playlist on Spotify. I'm just gonna put it out there. Is there anything more to this? Well, the piano gets more intense. If you mash your piano, it means confidence. Oh, okay, that's it. It's literally like a royalty-free song with an overly filtered selfie. That's it. that's the entire video. The medical breakthrough! Alright, I have to read some of the comments. I got results extremely fast. The next day I was talking freely. I was louder. I didn't care as much about what people think. Oh, and also people approached me, complimented me, and when I spoke, I didn't fall over my words. My voice was very clear. I am going to continue listening. I'm so grateful to you for making this. Man, they're gonna become like a super confident ultra alpha. They're just gonna talk all over the entire world in a couple of months.
This probably sounds stupid, but I've been listening to this every day for like 2 weeks or maybe more, and 2 days ago I was able to order something at a restaurant without having to ask my friend to order for me. I'm just really proud. Thank you so much for the support, you're adorable. I wish you all the best.
Aw, that's kind of sweet though. If you're trying to overcome like confidence issues, all the power to you. It can be a struggle, and it's a lot of things to go through in the world. If I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I think it's more inside of you than it is because of this video, so you should thank yourself, not the video in particular. I am happy affirmation, positive affirmation, happiness affirmation, law of attraction. Ooh, that sounds official. I can feel it already. Oh, what the f- Holy shit! Oh my god! No, lower the volume! God!
Everything is bright and good.
What the f-
Is easy go.
Okay, this is just creeping me out. Nope. Happiness not achieved. It just blew out my eardrums and gave me half a heart attack. God, I'm not happy. And these videos exist for pretty much any category of self-improvement you can imagine. There is something for everyone. And then, of course, comes the question. Does this actually work? And it's really hard to tell, right? If you just scroll the comments on these videos or look at the like ratio, you will find that most people claim that this actually works. The comment is filled with people saying like, oh my god, my life has changed because I listened to this YouTube video for 2 minutes. And when you have so many people saying it works, can you really deny it? Luckily enough for us, yes, leaving swamp. Toffels? I'll come get you later. I took the liberty to look up a study about specifically subliminal messages and their effect in a scientific context when they have tested this for effectiveness and placebo. I'll briefly read just the abstract for you to get the gist of it, but the whole thing is in the description if you are interested. Although experimental research has confirmed that the capacity of the human cognitive system to process information that does not reach consciousness, parentheses, unconscious perception, empirical evidence of the incidence of subliminal verbal messages included on audio tapes claiming to improve human resources and correct some behavioral problems is meager and inconsistent. Our study assesses the influence of subliminal tapes designed to increase self-esteem. Participants were randomly assigned to 4 experimental conditions. One group listened to a tape of music with sopra and subliminal messages. Another listened to a tape of music with only subliminal messages. The third group's tape had only music, although the participants believed it had also included subliminal messages. A fourth, waiting group, heard no tapes, but filled in the same self-esteem scales. Participants in the first 3 groups filled in the Tennessee Self-Concept Scale, before and after listening to the tape for several days. All groups showed a similar pre-test protest improvement in self-esteem, p lesser than or equal to 0.003, except for the waiting group, which did not improve, p equals to 0.311. This implies that only a placebo effect took place. So what this means in a tilder layman's terms is basically, if you give 2 people the same remedy, this is the exact same thing as they use for testing, for example, painkillers. If I have a group of people with some kind of ailment, and I give half of them the real pill, the painkiller, and half of them a fake pill, just a sugar pill, and it's about the same kind of reporting between both groups that they have improved, it's probably just placebo. Now, if the group with the real pill shows a significant improvement over the placebo group, then you can start claiming or looking into if this actually has an effect, within, of course, the parameters of statistical variation. So what actually is placebo? Let's go over it real quick, shall we? Placebos elicit biological responses. Contrary to popular belief, patients just don't imagine placebo responses. Rather, numerous brain imaging studies have confirmed that placebos cause immeasurable changes in neurobiological signaling pathways. How can a sugar pill lead to tangible physical response? The key to understanding the placebo is that not just the inert therapy itself, but also the expectations surrounding the therapy. So basically here is an example where the patient receives fake placebo pills and their body responds with endorphins and dopamine, which acts as a pain relief. So basically a lot of the time, if you receive something that you think is supposed to help, your body will respond with happy chemicals, and you will think that it has worked, but the pill in reality actually did nothing. It was all just your body. And this is exactly the same principle that happened in this study with subliminal messages. If people think that they are receiving something that will make them feel better, they will feel better, but it's in fact only your body's response to something it thinks was positive. If you hear someone who has said, "Oh, I listened to a subliminal message and now I feel way more confident," well, is it because that you think you're more confident, so your body releases positive chemicals? Did something in your environment change at the same time, for example? Unless you have a control group and a statistical analysis, you cannot determine that this anecdotal piece of result was actually a cause of what you think it was. And I can see the comments already, so let me just make a quick little addressal here. There can be vague connections. For example, your skin can suffer from stress, so you could argue that, oh, listening to this calming ocean soundtrack will then indirectly have you have better skin, because you listen to something soothing, which in theory reduces stress, which then would reduce skin ailments. But it is a massive stretch, and I can almost guarantee that it will never give any tangible results in an actual study. If you want to actually reduce stress, in reality, it's much better to go see a professional and talk about it. Physical activity, dietary tips, limit social media. Oh my god, that helps so much. And all of these things, I guarantee you, give you more of an effect on stress levels than listening to a subliminal video for 30 seconds a day. Listening to stuff can help, but it's for different reason. Calming music can calm you. Listening to like an ASMR video can also be calming if you like that kind of stuff. But saying there is some underlying subliminal message that is doing some kind of magic to your body simply isn't true.
Oh, yes. Oh, time to get... Oh, frick. Nummer 2. Physical change. Woo! Let me move it. I changed my mind.
Welcome to Physical Change. This is where it gets really wild and wacky. So this part of the subliminal isn't about placebo effects. It's not about a perceived image of yourself or feeling a little bit happier in the moment or anything like that. This is the claim of actual physical changes, which is much wilder than simple placebo effects or, feel-good mantras. And I found a perfect video I figured we should watch together. Light blonde hair, strong affirmation. So we should use this one with a little bit of care. Be careful here. You don't want to get you don't want to get too blonde.
Oh my god.
All right, let's do this together. I'm gonna see how blonde I get. Heck yeah. Okay, so it's like radio static and rain. I hear a slight radio static in this ear, and just rain. Alright, let's jump ahead a bit. Okay, maybe there's a gold nugget here somewhere. I see. Well, I'm convinced.
I started listening it 1 week ago and I got dusty blonde streaks on my natural jet black hair. Oh, thanks a lot. Of course, no pictures linked or anything like that. Convenient how you can't link stuff on YouTube comments, but let's proceed. I'm here because I want to dye my hair without using bleach. Yeah.
One spontaneous thought I have initially when I just watch this kind of stuff. Who controls that it actually works? Because it seems like this is a completely open market. Anyone can just produce a subliminal video. How do you know that it's not gonna, I don't know, like twist your spine or change your color into, I don't know, purple or, grow a third eye? Like, if it is this powerful, where's the control? I don't think I would ever want to take the risk, if this actually worked, that some stranger had imbued the video with the stuff I actually wanted. What if a troll made this video? It's like, oh, this will just twist your spine a few hundred degrees. Hell yeah. And I'll just tell people it will make your eyes blue instead. Because how are they gonna know? It's subliminal. This is a good one. Have flawless skin, face, and body. Audio affirmation. Perfect skin health. I want perfect skin health. This audio contains powerful subliminal messages. Okay, I'm visualizing my skin getting clearer. Okay, that's enough of that. Oh, here is something I want. Change your eye color to sea green. I would love that. This has 1.6 million views. This is the whole video. It's not even widescreen. It's just a picture of some random person's eye and some lo-fi tunes. This is the whole video. This is it. With, of course, some very specific programmable subliminal stuff in the background, like, I don't know, radio static that someone just claimed changes eye colors. How do you even determine what changes? Like, how did you figure out these phenomenons? Did you just listen to radio sparkle and then you were staring yourself in the mirror and as soon as your eye changes color, you're like, oh, that little spark right there, that's what changes eye color, scientifically proven. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that it's BS. And there are some comments that go along the lines of, oh, I found this video, watched it, and now I've noticed a bright hair on my head. And I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that either it's simply false, or you're looking for something that you weren't looking at before. If you watched a video like this, you're probably more likely to watch yourself in the mirror and look for it. So that hair that is, you know, bright on your skull has probably been there for a while. You just didn't pay attention to it until someone told you to actually go look for it. You have a lot of hairs. I do get the feeling that there might be a lot of young people falling for stuff like this when you really want to make something work. And I was the same thing when I was a kid. I didn't know how to do source critique. I didn't know how to look for things that were pseudoscientific or how to determine what that even was. It wasn't until much later I started fully grasping those concepts. So this can really make a lot of people fall for it. Do I personally think this is super harmful, or it's like, oh my god, it's tearing the world apart? I mean, if you're charging people for your service, yeah, it's basically a scam. If you just upload videos with like this kind of, I don't know, ambient sound to YouTube, I don't really care that much. There's worse stuff that people watch on YouTube. Another aspect, of course, to this is that you will try to make changes if you think this kind of stuff actually works. If you have a video that says, oh, this is gonna change your hair color, or it's gonna change the quality of your skin or something like that, you're more likely to go and look yourself in the mirror more times a day. You will be reminded of it. You will take actions that will probably encourage this kind of behavior. But the video itself doesn't do anything. Audio waves cannot change your physical appearance, at least not like that. I mean, you can listen to a super loud piece of audio and it's gonna, you know, blow you up maybe, but not like this. Oh, here's a good one. Ethereal Essence Extreme Beauty Subliminal. Listen once. Okay, so if we listen to this more than once, I'm definitely gonna explode. Giving this a like, I know it's gonna be gold already. I hope this stuff is copyright free. I might have to just replace everything in the editor. Okay, maybe I'm just lying. Maybe it has nothing to do with copyright. Maybe I'm just, you know, I wanna keep the subliminals to myself. This is how you remain all snazzy and clicky. I just listened to this and stare at way over-filtered picture probably snagged from random Instagram pages. Heck yeah. I think this song is actually copyright. I'm gonna have to replace it with something else. Can you see my face changing yet? Because even if I have to mute this in my own video, you can probably see my face changing. Is my jawline getting more defined? Are my lips swelling up? Or my eyes becoming a hazel green or so? That's not a thing, I think. I don't know, I'm colorblind. I'm getting more beautiful by the second. And I suppose this kind of falls in the same category. Stuff like this works because you think it works and you want it to work, or because it simply aligns with something random. Because the thing is that we all think we look better or worse on a daily basis. You can have good hair days, you can have good skin days, you can be in a favorable lightning, or anything of the matter. And the problem with these kind of videos is that they don't provide a time frame. So if you have a good hair day and a good skin day, you know, within the next couple of weeks from watching this, you might attribute it to the video, even though it has nothing to do with it.
And then we get into category number 3.
Attract. If you watch this video, success will find you. You will make money. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna play this because there is no better way to explain this stuff. Here we go. Become rich, attract wealth and financial abundance. Audio affirmations. Heck yeah, let's get into this. I can already see the bills. This is gonna be a blast. Oh, it's playing, okay. Listen, this audio contains powerful Okay, well, I didn't have time to read that. Okay, so this little tune gives you wealth. It makes me inventive. It's number 292. Okay, I'm gonna visualize there. I'm gonna visualize that I own this house. And in the next couple of months, that energy of this picture of the mansion is gonna make me, I don't know, into like an unbearable Instagram CEO or something like that. But no, it's gonna attract the success, and it's just gonna. I'm becoming a gravity for money. You know how magnets attract other magnets? I am basically that, but for dollar bills. I'm not American. Reminder, your potential is infinite. I mean, I'm all for positivity, but I seriously fucking doubt that. This is basically how... Oh, okay. Oh, that's a lot of edits. I feel like this is made with like some template or something. Listening structure for best results. Use audios for 30 to 60 minutes per day. No headphones required. That's at least good. That isn't gate kept. Affirmation in the description. How long is this? Okay, it just keeps going. It's just this house with like a home gym and pictures of cash. With like a lo-fi corporate beat. That's it. They just snagged like stock footage from, I don't know, a house tour and just added some royalty-free lo-fi to it, and there you go. Glorious. That's all it takes to become a millionaire? Hell yeah. What the hell am I working for? One thing that strikes me about this category of subliminals specifically is the fact that it very much aligns with the same way that star signs work. It gives you a vague goal on purpose, right? It says something like, you will face challenges today, and maybe you'll stub your toe in the kitchen, or you get stuck in traffic on your way to work. Well, it's very vague things, they happen to everyone almost daily, but now because you watch this video or listen to this star sign, well, now you will attribute it to that. Oh my god, this star sign said I would face challenges today? Well, I did actually drop the soap. Oh my god, it's real. It's simply that the prediction is so incredibly non-specific and vague that so many mundane events will fit into it and, so to say, fulfill the prophecy. We wanted to share with all our experience with the Subliminal. We started listening to it Monday, November 29th, at least an hour every day. And on Friday morning, December 3, my husband Tony received a call from his sister with the most incredible news. One of their cousin, who lives far away from us and had never met or talked to Tony, has decided for some mysterious reason to share his fortune with all his cousins. We were speechless. So the next morning, 10,000 euros were in our bank account. It was amazing, wonderful, and we're so happy and grateful. Thank you, Divine Intelligence, and thank you to this person I'm gonna censor. We know this is just the beginning. We wish all the best for you and the community. And this is exactly what I mean. I doubt the other cousins had listened to this kind of subliminal and they still got the same amount of money, but I assume that's like a proxy of the subliminal because it's so powerful. But there are a few things about this that makes me consider this as, so to say, a rigged prediction. Number one, it is incredibly vague, which means that there are so many events that could potentially fit into this. Did you get a raise at the job? Did you find a $100 bill on the street? Did you inherit money? Did you have a friend that bought you something nice or gave you a gift? Did you come into money via that one of your investments made good, for example? There are like dozens of events that could lead to this prophecy being fulfilled, hence it's probably not the case. Connecting things that aren't actually connected and thinking that, oh, this particular event that happened is because this thing predicted it, is actually such a common thing to occur that it even has its own name. And it's called apophenia. Basically, apophenia is the tendency to perceive meaningful connections between unrelated things. And this is a real term because it is so incredibly common amongst humans. You have, for example, seen, the face on Mars, the old trends where people thought that Martians were kidnapping them whenever they had sleep paralysis, simply because the news said that there were roads and cities on Mars, which later, with better telescopes, turned out to be just old riverbeds. There are so many examples throughout history of people making connections because they have heard one thing over here, and something over here that is completely unrelated seems to fulfill that prediction. The only time I suppose I could even think of this working in the least is because they listened to this video. They, pulled himself up by the bootstraps, as the boomers would say, and they were like, oh yeah, now I'm gonna make a demonies instead of having beer with my friends. I'm gonna, invest the money or whatever. But that's more about having a encouraging smack on the back, not about this being some kind of magical crystal-y energy. Honorable mentions. Subliminals historically, and when it does actually work. Let's briefly look at some different studies about subliminals to broaden our perspective before we round this off. There are reported instances of subliminals having an effect. The classic study from the 1950s that flashed Coca-Cola and popcorn ads to a movie audience reported an increase in purchases. However, this study has since been heavily critiqued. Here is another study that investigates negative and positive impressions from Chinese letters, while flashing happy or sad associations on the screen too fast to consciously recognize. There was a reported difference, but it seems to be a sense of positive or negative associations rather than a deeper emotional manipulation. This article also gives an example of how negative associations have been used in political messages. Another study tests how subliminals affect decision-making, and finds that it can affect decision-making for up to 20 minutes. However, this is not the same as magically knowing how to get rich for 20 minutes, or somehow attract success. It is much simpler things, such as pair the correct things together due to associations being shown. There are also some instances where subliminals have been reported to affect moods. However, the point of this is to affect the mood without the subject knowing about it, by flashing positive or negative associations. And if the subject knows about the quote-unquote mood enhancer ahead of time, the results are littered with placebos. If you want to improve your mood knowingly, I would argue you could just expose yourself to nice things directly. Listen to upbeat music, watch a funny show, socialize, stare at a smiling face or something. So reports of subliminals working to some extent do exist. However, it is not in the way these videos claim it to work, and it's not some all-powerful tool. There is a big stretch between associating a symbol with positives or negatives and magically cure depression, change your eye color, or somehow attract money. Even if you do believe such advanced subliminal programming to be possible, the claim that these subliminal creators would even know how to program such a piece of complex content is highly debatable. So to summarize this beautiful videos, oh my god! Number 1 is feel good, basically placebo. You can get calm from calming music, it can reduce stress in the moments, you can listen to ASMR to fall asleep, but the whole thing that would be some magical hidden subliminal energy in these tracks is simply not supported by any science, it's not statistically significant, and the best case scenario is that it's simply a placebo. A change, that you can change your physical appearance. Well, no. No, you're not gonna change your eye color by listening to a YouTube video. Fun fact, for example, I used to have blonde hair when I was a kid. It's very common for people with dark hair to be much brighter when they're young. As I aged, my hair got darker. If I had listened to subliminal videos claiming to make my hair darker as I grew up, I would have thought that was the video doing it, but in fact it was just the natural progression of my hair color. So this is another example of connecting dots that don't actually exist, or it's due to something completely different. This is why you have a control group in statistics to make up for exterior effects. And then we have number 3, attract, which is basically just apophenia. And connecting dots that don't exist, you will attribute anything that happens in the realm of this prediction. Very similar to star signs, just because it's so vague and broad and doesn't provide a time frame. Did you get a raise in the next year, or the next week, or the next month? Who knows? This prediction said that something good was going to happen monetarily, and something good monetarily did happen eventually. Very unspecified, but, it technically fulfills it, even though it's vague to the point that anything will fulfill it. So is this a horrible thing? Is this a big rampant scourge on our world? In my own opinion, not really. Pseudoscience has existed forever and it probably will keep existing for a long time. If money is charged for a service that is supposedly gonna change your physical appearance or magically make you feel better or get rid of your depression, it's a scam, it's BS, and it shouldn't exist. If it's simply videos uploaded to YouTube and, you know, freaking kids having fun with it or, you know, wishing for things, there are worse things that people watch online, and it's a waste of time, but then again, a lot of things are. I just think it's kind of funny. I do hope that you enjoyed this video going into this little rabbit hole of YouTube, and I hope to see you in the next one. Let me know down in the comments if you enjoy this type of video format, and I will see you again in the very near future. Take care, you beautiful bean.